Hello everyone, this is Auggie and this is another episode of my series called Instinctive Flying Techniques. This series, as you probably know, has a different approach to learning how to fly RC helicopters, and this particular episode is about timing, the importance of timing. You will see during this episode that the timing is a critical element of learning how to do complex maneuvers, and you will see that they're not as complex as you think. So let's get to it. So in order to start, we're going to first show you a few maneuvers that use timing. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to use I'm going to do some flying with what do you call that? Rolling. Okay, so let's do some flying with rolling. Okay, so let's start flying, and you're gonna see how I can do rolling circles simply by using timing. I'm going to go up. See how I did? So in other words, there are maneuvers that you can do that are dependent on your timing on your helicopter, so that you can control the direction of where you want to turn. Okay? Right, so that's one, for instance. Another one could be this one, right? Well, for a second, let me try here because okay, so what you're seeing is flipping, and we are controlling the way it flips, the direction of flipping by using timing. So that's the way you do, for instance, for those two things, right? So the component of the hold on for a second. I was wondering what was going on. Oh yeah, I had it on the very slow. Okay, I'm not used to so little. Okay, now it's much better. I have more control when I have. Okay, so yeah, much better now. I had it on mode 1 in what do you call that? Bank 1, which is flight mode 1, which is in this case the default. And default is a little bit. I'm not used to slow movements. That's why. Anyway, so going back to this. All right, so let's do this now. Let's select training, helicopters, no collective training, and let's see 1.5. Let's see. No, it's probably better if we do higher so you can see it better. Helicopters, no collective training, and 2 meters. 2 meters. That's about right. The reason why I'm doing this here is so that you understand the timing concept. So the timing concept is you have maneuvers like, for instance, rolling. Okay, simple rolling. But if you input certain commands at exactly a certain moment, then you can control that rolling movement. So let's see. Okay, so it's gonna go like this. See, now all of a sudden you are controlling the movement of the rolling. So you are rotating. So this allows you to do a rolling circle, a rolling loop, or anything like that. Okay. So this concept starts this way, right? When you're here, you pull a little bit of elevator. So let's do a full one. Let's do it only one at a time, right? 1. So I was doing both. See how I did the correction line? Gotta correct going back up a little bit. See that? So go here. Okay. and this way, and go here and this way, and so forth and so on, right? So if we try to do it with only one, okay, one, one, see? Whenever it passes on the one that we're interested in doing, that's when we apply some of this movement. See how it's doing that? So you didn't actually do the full maneuver, rolling circle. We're simply learning one timing. Okay, so the timing is always when it passes on the vertical that way, right? So it starts about here and ends about here. Okay? So I'm going to do it very slowly. So I'm going to go into the movement. So I start here and then here, here, here. Sorry, let me go back up. Here, 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 here. See, when I pass that location, I time the input so that I can control it. See that? That's how you do a rolling circle, a rolling whatever. It could be also something like this, So you're doing a rolling loop. So when it's passing down, we're doing a rolling loop. You decide where the input is applied, so the synchronization spot is different. Okay, so that's how you can do a complete circle in a loop fashion. So the difference between a loop and a circle is simply what the plane is that you're using for the so like for instance, on a loop is on the horizontal plane, on a circle is on the vertical plane. Okay, so that means that you apply the input of the correction, the timing, in either the horizontal or the vertical plane. So I'm going to do now both at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to go this way and I'm going to go start that. So going one, so I'm using both sides of the vertical plane. This is the second spot where you can do that, right? And additional to this, as you can see, you don't need to limit yourself to elevator for that. You could also use rudder for this application. So let me show you how it's done. So you go like this, and then you apply rudder like this, and apply rudder like this, and apply rudder. Even though it appears to be simpler, it isn't, because this one here is controlling also pitch, so it's kind of difficult. So I would recommend that you learn first with this one. So this is what you do, right? Let me get my bearings. Okay. As you can see, you can do it with the rudder also. Okay, so that's how you do it. So timing in this case is for that application, for adjusting the orientation of your maneuver in the middle of the maneuver. When that's some on the rolling. On the flipping, you can also do the same thing with the flipping. So in the flipping, you go like this, and you apply this way another flip, this way another flip, this way and so forth. So you can actually describe um, circular flipping circles. Okay, same way that you did that. It's just the same concept, but instead of applying, so you can apply this, sorry, like this here, and here the other side, here this side, here the other side, here this side, sorry, this side, here the other side, and so forth. Okay, so that's how you do the flipping side. So that those are components that you can use for flying. Let me go and do a little bit of that now that you see how it works, so that your flying will make a little bit more sense. Now that you know what I'm doing, notice the movements. Where is that? Okay, I'm switching off the. Okay, so okay, look at the timing. See. Notice how you control that. So let's go now. We'll do a loop. See how a loop is done? And it's the same thing, you know. So that's how it works. Okay, let's take this a little bit to the stream by showing you how this can actually be applied to other things that don't appear initially to be that useful, but you will see now. Let's say you start doing I'm sorry, not this way, sorry. Let's say you start doing corkscrew, okay? Let me do it at slow speed. I'm sorry, let's say you were doing a corkscrew, right? And you were doing that. Okay, so normally you go like this, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, right? And so forth and so on. Well, guess what? You can do the same that we saw before, and now all of a sudden you are rotating your, see that? Now you are rotating the corkscrew. So instead of the corkscrew being done only on this plane here, right? In this plane here, now it's done in all the 360-degree planes. So you simply go and apply, you know, when you have the corkscrew like this, see how it's going to the left, right, left, right, left, right. So down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, and down, up, and that's it. So now you have a rotating corkscrew by using simple timing. So as you can see, this can be applied to things that appear to be like impossible. You go look at, I don't know, a city, for instance, to city or Campo Nou and people like that, and they're doing corkscrews, and then you see them rotating on this axis, and you think that you could never ever do that. But you know, corkscrews are pretty simple. You know, it's simply this maneuver and simply going like this. You know, so let me show you again. You have your rotation, and then you have that, right? And then at this point down here, you apply negative so it doesn't fall. Okay, at this point here, you apply positive so it doesn't fall. So that's why you have it in so if you have it, let's do this one more time. Okay, so if you have it like this, right? Okay, see how I enter it? You can enter it like that too, and apply. Okay, and then you go negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, positive, and that's the way you do. You prevent the maneuver from falling. This is simply the same maneuver that you see here. This maneuver, that's exactly what that is, but vertical, right? That's exactly what that is. So you do that maneuver, the corkscrew, and then you time it with the left and right like I just did, and then guess what? Now you're doing a rotation on its own axis of the whole maneuver. So that's how you do those things, And you just the timing is such an important component of complex flying that makes it simple. That you want to learn timing always. Timing will open a whole universe of maneuvers that you thought would be super difficult to do, and they turn out to be super simple. Once you decompose it like this, you're like, oh, it's not that difficult. And then you're gonna see. I bet you a lot of people that are doing corkscrews, when they see this, they're gonna go like, oh, that's how you do a 360 rotation on its own axis. So that's what they do. Simple. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to click on subscribe. That subscribe in the bottom there, and then click on the what's the name of that? The bell icon, and select all notifications so you can get notifications when I upload the videos. And as you can see, it's starting to get exciting. So I'm going to think about some other things, some other little secrets of the flying techniques that makes it a lot easier for you to do maneuvers. If you have a particular one that you guys want to learn and things like that, post it on the comments, and we'll see if I can develop an episode with what are the secrets of those maneuvers that apply to most things. As you know, I don't teach a particular maneuver itself. I teach techniques that you can apply to all maneuvers. But if you give me maneuvers, then I can go like, okay, so this needs such and such techniques. So I can go ahead and do a video on those techniques, and then upload it, and it will work for the maneuver that you want, and as well as several other maneuvers, and that's the way that works. So we'll see if we can continue doing this. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and have a good time. Enjoy flying your helicopters. Don't fight. Don't forget that these are toy helicopters, not some serious. You have to be respectful of them because they can be dangerous, but they're still toy helicopters. So no dramas, all right? All right, guys, have fun. Enjoy yourself.